right, so I have Mr. Sonnenberg, I have a Samsung. Who's the Samsung? And I have
Frier.
Okay, you're not my Samsung, but I will, you're a different phone, but I will put you in there, Miss Frier. Now I do have another phone who is muted. Who is that other phone who is muted? Is that Mr. Lamprecht? Mr. Lamprecht, I'm gonna guess that is you. Why don't you try an AI chat box to let you know how to open and use Zoom? I hear they're pretty helpful. Mr. Lamprecht, I've now asked you twice to unmute with my button. I've now asked you twice to use the start video button.
I think it's Mr. Sonnenberg.
Mr. Schmidt.
Oh, there's another person I see.
I see lots of things that you don't see on my Zoom. You don't see them. I get to see the little square box. It's Mr. Lamprecht. He now had his AI chat box work. Okay, so Mr. Lamprecht, you are on mute, but I'm going to go with Ms. Frier first. We will go on the record in the matter 24 CF 179, State of Wisconsin versus Laura Frier. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Ms. Frier appears by video conferencing, or excuse me, telephone conferencing. Her counsel appears by video conferencing. We're set today in this matter for a status conference. Mr. Keene, please update the court.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Frier has been trying to get appointments. She had contacted Nystrom, found out the expense was higher. She has contacted them again, but she's also checking with the county. And based upon my research too, she may qualify for discounted insurance through Minnesota Care. And she's working through that, but was unable to get the application completed before the hearing, and I don't know how many days before the hearing Ms. Frier found out the cost from Nystrom, but she said she's trying to contact them again as well.
All right,
So
February 28th. February 28th at 9:15, another status. February 28th at 9:15, because otherwise this case is going to linger, and I'm going to make sure that she's keeping on, figuring out what she needs to do. So February 28th at 9:15. Both of you may appear as you're doing here today, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're adjourned. All right, Mr. Lamprecht, we will go on the record in the matters 24 CT 88, 24 CT 91, State of Wisconsin versus Benjamin Lamprecht. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Mr. Lamprecht appears by video conferencing. He inquired this morning, giving the court relatively little notice as to his request to appear by video. Next time, Mr. Lamprecht, if you wish to appear by video, please ask the court a lot sooner than a half hour prior to the hearing. We are here set for a status. Please give me an update as to where you are in the process of getting your license. You're muted. Can't hear you. Did you use the chat box? It'll tell you how. It's usually a *6, and I just hit a button, and you should have to hit it to unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Where are you in the process of getting your license?
I just had to move. I just got a new place. It cost me $2,700 to move in.
Okay,
So
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. But what is your address?
My address is on Johnson Street. I don't have a mailing address here. I have to get a PO box. It's on Johnson Street, right behind the police station. That's as much
In
as I know.
Grantsburg?
Siren.
Okay, so what you need to do is I'm ordering you to get a PO box by next Wednesday. And then you're going to need to provide that updated mailing address to the clerk of courts, okay? And is your telephone, does it end in 4722 still?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, you moved. Okay, now where are you in the process of getting your license?
I need to get my vehicle sucks. So I have to get a new vehicle in order to get the breathalyzer thing installed.
Did you do
and
your OWI assessment and the driver safety plan?
I've done everything.
Excellent. So you're just waiting on the vehicle and the ignition interlock device.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so you're saving money for your vehicle. You had to spend a lot of money, 2,700 approximately, to be able to move for whatever reason you needed to move. That's fine. So how long do you think it's going to take you to be able to save money to get a vehicle to be able to put that into your ignition, the ignition interlock device into that vehicle?
I can barely afford this place right now, so I can't give you an honest answer.
But I'm gonna give you an honest answer. I'm not gonna wait and wait and wait and wait. Either we're gonna go to trial, or you're going to enter a plea one way or another. And it's either get your license and have both of these cases dismissed, or I think I know what the other offer was, but you're changing them up now to where it would be an ordinance with no driver's license on person.
It'd be pleading to one of the OARs for costs.
All right, so, or your offer is pleading to one of the counts for costs.
Am I allowed to get my license, but just not drive?
They won't give you a license without having the verification that an ignition interlock device is placed in a vehicle. And so I don't care if your car that you own now is a junky car. I don't care if it gets you from your new residence to the new Circle K gas station. As long as it's something that works, and as long as it's a vehicle that you can put an ignition interlock device in, that will allow you to get your driver's license. So that's what you need to do. You just need a vehicle to install an ignition interlock device in to be eligible to get your license.
I have the vehicle.
Excellent. So do it. So get your ignition interlock device installed on that vehicle. I believe you've already applied for the half price ignition interlock device, if I'm recalling correctly. I believe I've signed that document to allow you to do that. So just go ahead and do that. Get that ignition interlock device placed on that vehicle. Once you do that, if you have your SR22 insurance, bing, bang, boom, you'll be ready to go. And you'll be eligible for your license. You'll go to the DMV. They'll say, yep, you're good to go. You'll get your license. You go to Mr. Schmidt, and then the matters will be dismissed. Okay.
Okay. What if just not having a license outweighs the cost of that? I mean, that's a lot of money that I don't have. I can't
make your choice for you. Your choice, here's your choices, Mr. Lampre. Go to trial on both of these cases. Get your license and have the matters be dismissed. Plead to one of the counts as a misdemeanor for costs. Those are your three choices. Okay? 3 choices. I don't care if you choose A, B, or C. All right? Your choices. And if you want to stick all of that into the AI chat box and have it go and tell you what to do, great. That's wonderful. I love that. Let it choose for you. You just have to let me know which choice you want to make.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
So what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of time for you to figure that out. But not too much time, because I have to keep the cases moving, because one of the cases is from July 31st, 2024. And one of the cases is from August 12th, 2024. I'm not going to keep these cases moving. They're really all they are is the traffic operating while revoked cases. They're little cases that are just hanging out on my calendar, dragging along. And they're pretty easy cases to have trials for. So what I'm going to do is set you for a return date, March 24th at 1:15. March 24th at 1:15.
Okay.
And I'm going to set you for that date and time. And here's the thing, you're either going to tell me, and we can't send you a notice because we don't have your address, but you're either going to tell me if you're going to trial, if you're going to install that ignition interlock device, or if you're accepting the offer of the state and pleading to a charge for costs only as a recommendation to the court. And if you're pleading to the charge for a recommendation of costs only, I'll take your plea that day and the matters will be done. Okay?
Do you know how much the cost would be of the fines, or?
Well, you can argue, you'll have an ability to argue, but the minimum cost that it could be would be a mandatory $200 DNA surcharge, but it could go all the way up to $500. Well, actually, quite honestly, maximum possible penalty could be up to $2,500 fine. But realistically, bluntly speaking with you, in cases like this, it's no more than $500. So a minimum of $200, but up to $500. And the court does take payment plans. So there's where we are, okay?
All right.
Okay, so I will see you then on March 24th, okay?
Thank you.
We're
Ron.
adjourned.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.